Welcome back. Minnie Ntuli is stepping into the scene as a solo artist with her new single iNtaba featuring Sykes and produced by Prince Kaybee. The radio and TV personality is no stranger to the glitz and glam of the entertainment industry, having started her journey to fame and fortune at a young age. This morning she joins us to answer a few questions surrounding her previous collaborations with Prince Kaybee, the inspiration behind iNtaba and many more. A very good morning to you, Minnie. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome.
Thank you. Good morning.
Gosh, I just love the energy. You've just woken me up. Now, tell me, how did your journey in the entertainment industry begin?
Oh, man. More than anything, welcome and morning to everyone else. My journey in the entertainment industry started off on Idols. And then from Idols, after making it to the top 16, I had then joined My Kitchen Rules, which is a cooking show, which was on Mnet. And from there, all of a sudden, I got contacted by East Coast Radio, and they were like, hey, would you like to come through and be a radio presenter since you're already doing radio? And I was like, oh my gosh, is this a joke? And they were like, no. And then Prince Kaybee was like, listen, I know you said you don't want to do music now, but this is the best time to do music. So let's do it right now. And I was like, I was super scared. I was so emotional. I was crying, nothing new. And yeah, he came through. He came with the contract outside the parking lot at East Coast Radio. We went through it over and over again. I had questions, he answered, and I signed. And next thing I was signed.
And a few years later, here you are today, and I'm chatting to you on Morning Live, and you're such a big deal. And how would you describe the music that you typically create?
Oh man, the music that we typically create is music that speaks to the soul. So I remember the first feature that we ever did with Prince Kaybee was a song about women, and it's called Imbogodo. You know, it's Women's Month, and we're celebrating women's strength. And so I told him, listen, the music that I want to do needs to be it needs to be music that speaks to the soul. It must be music that is honest, music that is true. And so after Imbogodo, we did Imoto with DJ Vuma. And then after that was iNtaba, which is all about love. And trust me, my love life is in shambles. But we had to speak about love. We had to celebrate love because love is still a beautiful thing. And so it's all about sending through a message that reminds people that life is still better when you are in love, whether it could be with family members, it could be with anyone else, but love is very important.
Love is, love transcends everything. It is actually a mood booster. That I will agree with you. Tell me, Minnie, what was the inspiration behind your single then, iNtaba?
The inspiration behind it, I'm not going to lie to you. When Sykes was writing the song, I said to him, listen, if you're going to write a song for me right now, it needs to be about love. It needs to be a song that reminds people that even though we're in lockdown, people must know that they will end up seeing their partners. But for now, we need to just respect the regulations that have been put in place. Especially in the first 21 days of lockdown, it was tough. We were all going through the most. You know, as young people, we say, "Siyakowisha." We were kowisha. And so the song was there to just remind people that stay strong. Remember the memories that you created. Remember that love is more than just intimacy. Remember that love is beautiful when it's true, when it's real, when it's all about creating memories that are beyond what you do with the physical body. But, you know, love is created, love is made. And so we're just saying, iNtaba, after lockdown, we'll meet again, we'll talk again. And that's what the song was about.
So what is your creative process like?
Oh, man, I'm not that fancy when it comes to creative processes. All I need to do, I need to be in the right frame of mind. I need whoever I'm working with to allow me to be honest and true. And Prince Kaybee does just that. He goes, okay, what are you feeling now? And I'm like, this is what I'm feeling. And I'm such an emotional person. I'm like, I'm feeling this. And this is what I really want to talk about. This is what I want people to hear. And he's like, okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. And And that's the power of music, that when you're honest and when you're true, people are able to pick it up and people move with that. And that's the truth of music, that you need to be honest with your music. And that's my creative process, that in that moment, I need to be honest, true, and true to myself more than anything. Because music is spiritual. And if I'm going to teach someone something or talk to someone about something, I need to be honest to them.
You're quite right there. I mean, originality, people take originality very, very seriously, and they will take your craft very seriously. And not only do you have that song with Prince Kaybee you released, Imbokodo, do tell us about that single.
Oh, Imbokodo. Oh man, I love that song. My first feature ever. And that song, we're speaking to women and we're calling them to say, listen, it is time for us to go to war. And the war we're going to is also an ideological war, that you need to know what you want, you need to know who you are, and you need to know what you deserve. And as you go to that war, we're not just calling women, but we're calling men to do the right thing. We're saying equal pay. We're saying no to gender-based violence.
Yeah.
We're saying no to all the injustices that come to women and children. And this song is saying, so when we're saying Zindala Zombili, it means we're not playing games anymore. You know, we're at the same level field.
Sure.
We're here now.
Sure.
And it's time for us to fight as young people, as millennials. So we're saying that we are ready to fight. And we're ready to get what's ours, and we know what we deserve. We can't still be talking about equal play in 2020 as young people. It does not make sense to keep speaking about the same injustices that are happening to women 26 years later after democracy. We can't. So we're saying, let's go to what we're doing this. We're getting this. We're getting it now.
Right, right.
And we're not just doing it as women, but we're calling men to the war as well. That we need you a part of this war to help fix the injustices of this whole entire world that are to women.
You know, Minnie, what makes you so unique is the fact that you've discovered your sense of purpose and you delve into social issues and the various injustices affecting our society. And this has led to you, initiating a 4-part series you started on Facebook, and that delves into the lives of young women. Tell us more about this series. What's it about?
Oh, man. It is so important to understand that women go through so many different things. And I had to understand that because with my sisters, I realized that I might be 20-something, but there's a sister of mine that's a teenager. There's a sister of mine that's in her 20s. So in the household, there's mom, there's dad, but then in the amount of young women, there's Generation Z as well. Generation Z unpacks womanhood differently to how us, millennials, unpack womanhood. And so it's so important to have conversations with women to see how we then can make the world a better place for other women as well. We need to understand that we need to constantly make sure that women persevere in the industries that they're in, unlock their potential. You are not restricted for who you are, or where you come from. And these things can only happen through conversation. Only through conversation. And get put through because we're a black people, and having conversations is something that our parents didn't get used to. And for them, it's still taboo. And so for any parent that's watching, it is so important to start conversations with your daughters. And I would encourage anyone to go through and watch those series. Your mind will get unlocked to see how young people are thinking in the year of 2020. And it will excite you and it will help you start conversations with your daughters, your sisters, your mothers, conversations about anything, even the uncomfortable conversations. That's what we aim to do, to make the world a better place through conversations.
And mostly the conversations should, center around the equal opportunities that should be afforded to women, that the men and as well as women should get equal opportunities. So before I let you go, Minnie, who would you like to collaborate with next?
Oh, man. Okay, this is the tough one because now This is
I'm throwing
television.
on the spot, right?
I am prophesied. In South Africa, Thandiswa Mazwai. Thandiswa Mazwai is someone that is unapologetic about the message that she sends out. I remember being an SRC member back in 2016 during Fees Must Fall, and the song that kept us going as young people, you know, as Womandla, was Chigichela. So if I could ever collaborate with someone, it'd have to be her, Thandiswa Mazwai. Well, the late Mamu Busimhlongo. Oh man, that would have been amazing. Shakana's amazing. Bringing it back to 2020. Shakana's absolutely amazing. She's new age. She has young people that are following her and loving her style, and she's original. You know, no one's like her in the industry right now. And she's very international. I think as a country, we're sleeping on her. And just one more for you. A woman that's killing the game right now. Ooh, Amifaku.
Ah, yes. Okay. All right, so how do we connect with you? For those who are interested in immersing themselves in the magic of your music, how do we connect with you? How do you get hold of your music?
All you have to do is download iNtaba on all the digital platforms that are available. We're on Spotify, we're on Deezer, we're on Apple Music, we're on YouTube Music, we're everywhere. You see this thing, when you are signed under Prince Kaybee and remember the Nabo Universal and Low Key Records, everything else like available everywhere. And you can follow me on Instagram at Minnie_Ntuli, and you'll find all the information there.
All right. Minnie Ntuli, yes, such a stunner, and all the best. And thank you so much for chatting to us.
Thank you so much, guys, and happy Women's Month to all the women.
Good stuff. That was singer Minnie Ntuli having introduced herself to the industry with new melodies. iNtaba is now available on streaming platforms. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back with more in a moment.